All units, stand by.
Like, something happened and someone's scheming somebody, and I'm just confused. Okay, Jenny from the blockchain is with us today.
Thank you so much for joining us. Meltdown, where we talk about kind of exposing scammers, exposing scams, lessons learned, trying to educate folks on how to be safe out there. Juan and I met from a scam, and so we started this podcast just Oh yeah, it was rough, man. It was sick. So we met through a scam, and we decided to use that to kind of catapult us forward to try to help others. And just as the scams get more and more sophisticated or more and more surprising, like we just try to bring light to them and just spot them. But we're so excited to have you on because we're both fans. We both follow your podcast. We follow you. We're excited to talk to you about some things. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, I know that Juanzie, you had said that you were inspired by my podcast, NFT Catcher Podcast, to start your own, and that's super cool. Like, I always feel like we need more NFT content creators in the space. So, it's nice that there's more podcasters and everything, and it's awesome that you guys are exposing scammers and everything on yours. So.
They're the worst.
So it was awesome. I was actually listening. My whole thing, I just got into NFTs like the day before, so I was like, I need to find some podcasts because that's where I learn the easiest. I went on your podcast, and then you were talking about how you got into Twitter and just to follow Top Shot. And then I looked at your Twitter, and you had 26,000 followers at the time. And I was like, and that was like less than a year ago, I believe. And I was like, Jesus, if she could do it, I could do it, right? So I opened up my Twitter right away, and then like a week later, I got scammed, and Lenny was there, and they were like, let's do a podcast. And then I thought of you again because I was like, she's just jumped in and just did it. So because I think that's how you met your co-host, right? You guys
Michael.
Online, and
he
reached out to you, and then you guys just kind of hit it off.
Yeah, exactly. I had tweeted about, I wanted to kind of, I was making videos about Top Shot at the time, and then I was like, I kind of want to have like a separate YouTube channel or some type of media outlet, like a podcast or something, just for NFTs in general and Ethereum-based ones. So yeah, he had reached out, and the rest is history. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Exciting stuff.
Awesome. So the number one question that I definitely have for you, Jenny, is: have you ever been scammed?
Have I ever been scammed? Yes, actually. When was probably like a year and a half ago, in like 2020, when I was first getting into like NFTs. So it was off of like crypto. It was off of this coin that it was literally called like the burn coin or something. Like literally, it was like literally I know I was gonna get burned. But anyway, yeah, my sister, she didn't really she had never gotten like scammed or anything before. So anyway, she was like, oh my God, Jen, there's this coin that came out and there's this Discord for it, and join the Discord and buy this, and like we're gonna like double our money, and like and anyway, so then I put some Ethereum into it, not as much as her, and then we just all got rugged, and then everyone was like, well, there weren't that many people that fell for it, but yeah, it was a pretty obvious scam looking back. I was like, why did I even put money into this? But I just kind of trusted my sister. I mean, she introduced me to crypto, NFTs, everything. So, that was the one thing that we laugh about. But that was really the only thing that I was like, okay, after that, I was a lot more cautious with what I was doing with my crypto.
And even that story, I could see that a little bit more because that's a rug, as compared to like my story where I click a link, and connect my wallet, and my wallet gets drained, my NFTs get stolen and sold, and you're just standing around with your head spinning like, I don't know what the hell happened. So were you able just to avoid all that just from being cautious, or you were aware that was like the way the Discords work and all the scammers just are always trying to slip something up on you? Right. Yeah. Just,
I think it was just, I was familiar with it, and I kind of, maybe I had learned a lot about, I've learned a lot about like, blockchain security and people are always trying to scam you and stuff. And so I am a very like, skeptical, cautious person as it is. Even if a friend sends me a link, they're like, join this Discord, I'm like skeptical. I'm like, why should I join? Like, what is it? And I don't want to connect my wallet and whatever. So I'm very skeptical and cautious by nature, which I think has really helped me. And I've never lost anything from being scammed or anything like that, thankfully, in the NFT space. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of, and it's a lot of like education that I think, we need more people educating on, and the scammers are always evolving too.
Right.
They're always getting smarter, and it's like, we need more education on, okay, what are the different ways that people are getting scammed? What are some popular ways? I see them on Twitter. I'll always read, when people get scammed, like how they got scammed and stuff. And then, some people might seem like common sense, but it's like, I mean, it's not always common sense. And so, yeah, it's nice to kind of brush up on other ways people are getting scammed so that you can avoid it yourself as well. But yeah, just being skeptical with everything is like coming clutch.
It's the way to go. Yeah. But like you said, they're so sophisticated where, that the one that trips me up the most lately is the scammers that can get into a Discord and pose as admins and then post legit links on Discord that you can then get sucked into. And those ones are just like, damn, like, check all your friends. Like, you got to make sure, like, don't even click. Don't trust anything. Like, don't trust anybody because it's hard out there. It's really hard out there.
Yeah, and even even if like official Discords will post, like for the space doodles, it's like I have a doodle and they posted a link on Twitter. Oh, here's where you can wrap your doodle and pay to have it be a space doodle. And I was even like, even though it's from the official Twitter, I'm like, I'm going to wait for some other people to see that they've done it. And, I need other people to be the guinea pigs and do it first. Yeah. I never want to be the first to do something, especially if it's like I'm risking, a super valuable asset. It's like, I don't want to lose, my 5-figure NFT just because they got hacked or something, So, yeah, I'm like, it's like, yeah, you don't ever want to be the first to do something, even if you think, oh, I got to act fast. Like, you don't have to act that fast. And if you are supposed to act super fast, like, oh, well, you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To just try to make quick decisions like that.
You don't want to let the FOMO get you. I think that's where, when FOMO, I joined the space, I was like, all right, I got to get in. And then I realized that I lost my ETH.
Damn.
So that's what happened to me. I was going after the Adidas mint, and I was excited about that one. And I tried to mint. I wasn't able to mint. And at 3 a.m, I got a DM, and it was like, we're minting the last 777. And I was like, really? Am I that lucky? It's 3 a.m. I woke up just on time.
Yeah.
I put ETH in my wallet. I bought it. And this is like the first time minting anything. So I didn't realize or didn't know what to expect. So then I was like, okay, maybe I should get 2 because maybe, that's the smart thing to do. Get 2.
Yeah.
Keep one, sell 1. And then I went right back. Did you guys can hear my dog?
Oh, yeah. We could definitely hear your dog.
Put more ETH. And he, and then gone again. And then I Googled, like, what to do in my mint. And my dog was like, don't do it again. Don't
Your dog's like going crazy.
So, another thing I want to talk to you about, Jenny. So I was listening to I think it was your latest podcast. I'm actually not sure the order, but I think it was. And you guys dropped a little sneak peek that you're going to be in Miami for NFT Week. We're going to be there. So we're excited that if there is some kind of meetup to find you guys, see where you are.
Michael and I definitely want to plan some type of like meetup or something. I think that'd be so cool. Like, just to kind of hang out with, people that listen to the podcast and, just other people in the NFT space. It's like, that's always fun. So yeah, that's awesome that you guys are going to that.
Oh, sure. We're with another project that is we're kind of coming along and talking about their project, and I get so geeked up because I live in Tampa, so I'm not that far.
Hey, I used to live in Tampa.
Oh yeah, baby. I'm right on West Shore, so I got the bay right out my window.
Nice.
So it's hard like to just talk about this stuff like around town. Like nobody knows what the hell we're talking about. I don't have enough people around me that are into crypto or into NFTs to understand. So to get to go to cons and stuff, like I said, I was in a meetup this past weekend in Vegas. It was so cool. Like I got so psyched up because it was just people sitting around talking about crypto, talking about NFTs, talking about what they're looking at, talking about the future. Like I can't wait till when this is more common, because now I feel like I used to be a big, I still am a big comic book guy. So, you go to a Comic-Con, it's all us nerds together that love that shit. And that's how I feel right now about NFT. It's kind of alt culture right now because it's just people on the forefront. But it's fun to get around other folks that kind of get it and get excited about it.
Yeah, it's fun. And it's like you can just say something and it's like people know exactly. Like you can just be like, oh, yeah, Kevin's really blowing up, huh? And it's like everyone knows what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, you're like, wait, what? Kevin? Who's Kevin? And what do you mean blowing up? Like, or just different. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have that many normie friends that I converse with on the regular because I'm so enveloped. I'm so enveloped in this world that it's like I've just made a lot of friends in the NFT space, and I just kind of keep in contact with my Web3 fans mostly. Plus, I move every year, so I'm always like switching things up. But yeah, it's like it's nice to be able to just say things and people know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's like
right.
That's nice
for sure. So just going back to kind of thinking about what we do, and our goal is just to education and stuff. Could you give us things that you would consider if you're looking at a new project? What are things that you would call red flags? Like you would see something, you'd be like, nope, I'm out.
Red flags. So a fully anonymous team that doesn't have a reputation. So there are anonymous people in the space that, they've built up a reputation and you kind of know who they are, like Fuck Render, for example. But if it's just like Larry the Lizard, and it's just like, I don't know, like, how can I,
okay, or that Discord.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. Another thing is, I can usually tell just by looking at a website. I don't usually go for the quick flips, the cash grabs, just trying to make money. Like, I'm not really trying to play that game. So yeah, the website usually I can tell just by how it looks. Like if it's like quality and something that I think has, potential to live on, more than just a couple months, or more than just a couple weeks, really. Some projects just live on a couple days. Even.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, usually the website says a lot. It says a lot about the project and the team as well. I would say those are two biggest things I like to look at personally.
Is there a project that you were looking at that you were excited about and were completely disappointed as it kept developing?
That I was disappointed in. You know what? My friend got me. I only bought one of these, thankfully, but ETHLinks, which at the time when it came out like maybe 8 months ago or something like that. It was, slightly promising. It was really, there was a lot of like whales and credible people in the space buying, and then like minting them. And then it was like, oh, revolutionary tech, like with what they were doing. And it just seemed really cool. And I ended up buying one. I only bought one, but they ended up a couple months in, basically doing a soft rug and being like, not exactly a rug, just them being like, we give up. We can't, we don't want to continue to work on this. Wow. And I guess there wasn't enough demand for them to really feel like it was worth it to continue to work on it, which that was surprising. And it was just like, oh, damn, well, that sucks.
That's Atlanta Rose rug. She's like, you guys hurt my feelings. I'm done. I'm out.
Oh, yeah. I saw that too. Yeah. So it's like that, at first that was a little shocking to me at the time. I hadn't really seen, a project do that before. And this was, months ago. Now it's a lot more common, for projects to just be like, you saw the, who was it? Aaron Fox or the basketball player, the NBA player?
Oh, yeah.
He was like, and he was like, he sold out of his project. And then he was like, Yeah,
I didn't know it'd be so much
I don't
work.
have the time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have the time to work on this. It's like, bro, you just fucking launched a project. Like, really?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to like hire some people, to run this. Clearly, it was not really, he was just like, what? Making $1 million? Yes. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude, exactly. He was just like, oh, I didn't realize this would be so much work. I'm in the middle of NBA season. I'm out. I'll sell some of it back, but sorry, guys. Like, it was just like,
right.
What
and
the
like,
fuck?
okay.
Right.
And I think because the space is so new, people can get away with that, right? It's just insane. Like, people can be like, "Oh, my bad. I'm just gonna walk away with your money." And I think as it develops, there should be some type of security behind it, or some type of rules or laws or something that protects people.
I think now's the time. If you're gonna launch, if you want to make a quick buck, now's your chance.
Do it now,
I guess.
right?
People don't even do the research. They don't even. It's on the people buying as well. A lot of people are just buying because they're like, well, I can just quick flip. But it's like, you're voting with your ETH. Whatever you're buying, you're voting for. Okay, do you want more projects like that? Like, do you believe in it? Like, you're voting with your ETH, and I think a lot of people they don't really think like that right now because everything's so lucrative and it's just an exciting time, and I get it. But I don't think this is gonna last like this for much longer, and I think there will be an NFT bear market, and it will get bloody, and a lot of people's JPEGs will depreciate significantly in value. I mean, from Top Shot, I watched my account value go from 200K a year ago all the way down to 50K in several months, and it's like. And
it hurts.
It's like it's not exactly fun.
No.
But I'm still technically up, right? Because I was early, but still, it's like nobody really likes to see their account, value get cut in a fourth.
Right.
Which is like.
And are you
holding
mainly because of passion and you love this NFTs, or you just think in the long run it'll be?
So Top Shot has always been a long-term play for me. Huge fan of S1. It's the first series. I always feel like. Okay, it's the most scarce. That might retain its value long term. I don't know for sure. Of course, it could crash and go to zero, and I could, lose everything. But I do have a lot of conviction in Top Shot in the long term. In the short term, it's not looking too hot. Market's crashing. Roham stepping in, saying, "Oh, we might, put some type of burn mechanism in to kind of help with the supply." Who knows what's going to happen in the short term, but. It's just like it's an interesting time for Top Shot for sure. And if you look on Evaluate Market, which I work for Evaluate Market, like you can see the sales charts and the trends of like, okay, what prices some of these moments used to go for, and then what they're going for now. And it's like, I mean, it's kind of crazy to see, but at the same time, if you do kind of believe in the product, now's the best time to buy because everyone's like, screwed. I literally just recently put more money in. Like, I usually don't. And I'm kind of mad at Top Shot, too, because I'm like, they keep increasing the supply, and the demand's not increasing, right? So it's like, the value of the moments just keep, decreasing. So, but at the same time, I was like, well, if this
might come back, right. I bought, I bought into Top Shot because of you, from listening to your story. Yep. So you've got
I think you get royalties somewhere.
Yeah,
you're getting a lot of people into a lot of projects.
You know what? I've never gotten paid for anything. I've never accepted money for anything. I like to for the podcast. It's like. Yeah, I've gotten reached out multiple times about sponsorships and stuff, even from projects that I like. And I'm just like, I don't really want to monetize the show yet because it feels, once you start monetizing, it kind of feels more like work. And I kind of just want it to be more of a passion. And I want to be free to say whatever I want, and I don't want my words to be bought. So, it's like, of course, it's like, if I, and maybe I just don't really care that much to have, I don't really need the money, I guess. And I don't know, I live a humble life. It's like, I mostly just have my money tied up in a liquid JPEG. So, and I enjoy that. But, So yeah, I don't know.
Cool. So do you, there are more and more networks coming out and offering NFTs. Do you mostly stick in Ethereum, or do you mess around with any of these other Solana, Cardano? Now they got Crow, they got all of these everywhere. There's a new one. Do you mess around with those?
Well, I started with, Flow blockchain NFTs, NBA Top Shots on Flow, UFC,
right.
NFL, all on Flow. But yeah, besides Ethereum, I mean, I have a couple Solana NFTs. I have a Cardano NFT. I have, I have some from different blockchains. I'm not really too active on other blockchains. I am mostly an Ethereum buyer and seller, or trader, I guess you would say, or investor, whatever. I mean, I don't really sell things that much, so I'm really just buying them.
Just a buyer.
Yeah, just a buyer.
I've never sold a single thing I bought. I don't know how. I just can't.
Really?
I can't let go. Like, I buy them, and I'm just like, oh. I don't, even if they're shit. I did buy, there's this one project, and I'm definitely not shilling either, but I'm not even gonna say the name, but there's this one project that's cool because they are like a cemetery. And so if you have what turns into shit JPEGs, you can burn them, you can bury them in the cemetery for these coins. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I'm gonna buy that. When all my stuff dies, I'm just gonna bury them in my cemetery. So.
Oh my God.
Forever.
That's funny.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, I don't want to keep you too long. Juan, did you have any other questions? Like, this has been amazing. We appreciate you coming on. And what's really cool for me, especially, is we're babies in this thing. You've been around much longer than us, and we're still all like just blown away by the scams and the scammers that are out there and the shit that's going on. And it's cool to hear you say the same thing that we're telling everyone, like, be skeptical, don't be first, watch out. If it feels weird, it is weird. Like, don't.
Or if it feels too good to be true, probably.
That's even better, right?
Probably a scam.
Yeah. It is a scam. Flipping is turning into a science now, and the bots are ahead of us, and the people that can spend all day as traders, don't think you got in and now you're going to be the next whatever,
Yeah, right. Try not to buy the top and be someone's exit liquidity.
That's right. Jenny from the blockchain, thank you so much for being on Meltdown. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for adding your wisdom and your experience, and helping us all educate all the new folks coming into the NFT space. Keeping them a little bit safer. Do you want to plug, is there anything where they can find Jenny from the blockchain?
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for having me, and shout out to everybody listening to this podcast. You can find me on Twitter at Jennifer_Sutto, Sutto. It's my last name. Or you can also, listen to my podcast if you want, NFT Catcher Podcast. And yeah, that's how you can find me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. And this has been another episode. I always like to just throw this to Juan to close it, because he says the most ridiculous things, because he's never ready, even though it happens every time. All right, Juan, close us.
All right. So thank you guys for coming out. Jenny, thank you for coming out of the block into the blockchain. Right. And you always keep putting me on the spot. We'll definitely follow up with you. Really appreciate your time. And we'll see you guys next time on the next episode.
Mint Meltdown.